on April the 17th.
April 17th, 2009.
Right, in this Homestead office, and I'm going to show up early just this way she doesn't panic because we're late.
Okay. Now, Chris, real quickly, we have 10 minutes left. The video with your sister is 8 minutes. So I don't know if we're going to get to the video. Boy. If it's possible, Monica, is there any way you can show the last 3 minutes of the ending of the tape, the last 3 minutes only? If you can't do that, we will bypass this video, that video for this one. What we'll do is we'll put it on in a different show. If you can't physically do it, which I'm not sure it's possible.
Give us a second to cue it.
Okay, I appreciate it. The last 3 minutes would be great. And then that way it will give us about 5 minutes to close down. While we're waiting, Chris, what do you think about how the CSP... Oh, go ahead.
Training. Stop the, what is it? The money, stop the mistreatment first of all. But if you're going to give them money to support their programs, they should get a lot more education is what they need to do. And if they are mistreating the consumers, check into it. Check and see if they've ever been abused. Or check and see whatever you can do, or see whatever you do whatever you have to do so they don't get hired. And if you find out something in their background, don't hire them.
Oh, that's a good point. What about getting rid of their funding if organizations consistently sweep stuff under the rug? How about we take away their money? Instead of showing them the money, like Cuba Gooding Jr. said, how about we get rid of the money?
Yeah, because if you get rid of their money, then they ain't going to have no paycheck. And let them see how it feels to get mistreated. Let them see how it feels to, let them be on the other side of the shoe. It's not fair.
No, it isn't. And it is torture.
They get away with too much.
Well, you calm down now. I got a big job for you for this segment. It's a big one. This is probably going to be a different show. We're going to throw some of this in. But here's your job right after the truck goes by. Well, it was a man. I want you to close down this segment by saying whatever you want to say. You say your goodbyes. And then you know what my tagline is. You remember it?
No.
All right, remember the humanity brilliant man.
Yeah.
So you say your little thing and then end the segment.
If you are a consumer and you're getting abused in any kind of way, tell somebody, go to somebody. Don't put up with it.
And then you get to close down once you're done crying. It's all right. You're going to be all right. It's all right. We're fighting for the consumer. We'll be all right.
Humanity does matter. Listen to L. People do care. People do have feelings.
But don't listen to Al. Listen to Donna. And stop this from happening again. Now, one quick thing. For all my viewers who may be kind of tired of me seemingly having these huge issues, we're doing this not just for Donna, we're doing this for you. And as she said, and as I always say, humanity really does matter, and we'll see you in the future. And you got to go in and get some Kleenex, young lady. God bless you, everybody.
Well, Pittsburghers, state of Pennsylvania, Americans, unless this personally has happened to you, you may not care. You may care a little bit, but you just may not care. So I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm going to ask everybody on the panel, including myself, close your eyes for a minute. Close your eyes. Not because we're going to pray, but close your eyes for a minute. Chris, please close your eyes. All right. Our eyes are closed. Now I want you to visualize something. Someone who has very little independence, has been abused at home, has been sexually abused or what have you, they go to a facility to get psychological and maybe even physiological medical care. Suddenly, they're verbally abused at the place they believed was a safe zone. The place that they believed they could get help, they can improve their lives, they can be educated, they can be empowered. And then I want you to envision that this person may have been hit. And in some cases, possibly, maybe even sexually attacked at some of these centers in the past. We know that people have been physically harmed at nursing homes and stuff like Kane Hospital. But now comes the hard part. I want you, while your eyes are closed, to physically and visibly imagine this is you getting attacked, raped, cussed out for no reason, being mistreated, having them be condescending to you. I want you to think of it as yourself. But now I want you to think this is your elderly parent, your grandparent, your great-grandparent, your mother, your sister, your brother, or somebody you love, maybe your girlfriend, maybe your wife. And we may all open our eyes. Think about it in that respect. Personalize it. Finally, before we go to Chris, I think you might have fallen asleep. That's my buddy there. I finally want you to think about this. We are not helpless. We can communicate with the governor, but you have to do it. Tens of thousands of you. And you have to do it because this could be your mom. This could be you, your sister, your child. Maybe a couple months old child could even be. You don't know. We all know the stories of orphanages and some terrible things. People have died. Now it's your job to contact the governor. Contact Dan Honorado. Do it in the masses and do it and do it and do it and do it again until we get action. Don't ever stop. And when you do that, you will not only be helping to save lives, you will become a hero. Yeah, you, sitting on that sofa, will be a hero. You standing up, you hanging loose at the college, just having fun. You watching me just because I look like an idiot. I don't know. I don't care. Maybe you watch me because you like to laugh at the fact that I care. I don't care. Act. Do something. We got to close down. Annette, you have 10 seconds to say what you want to say. Chris, you have 10 seconds. Then we got to go. Do your 10 seconds.
Well, it's like I said before, the abuse needs to stop, and we can't do it by one person. People have to get together and enact as a group, and really be demanding of this. And we need support and people to care. And for those
seconds, we got to go to Chris. I hate to cut you off. I'm sorry. It's a time thing. It's not a personal thing. Sorry about that.
People have to come forward. I said that in the past, and I keep saying it. And we need to hear from you folks, because it's not about us. It's about people in the future, prevent it from happening again. And also, so it doesn't happen maybe 2 years from now,
And so it doesn't happen to them.
Right.
Well, we got to close the show. So, Chris, what do they need to remember?
Come forward.
No, but what else do they have to remember?
Call their state legislators.
The final tagline. Remember that you and humanity really does matter.
Hide behind silk-tie lies. You send our children to fight your evil wars. When it comes to fighting on yourselves, you hide behind rich connection doors. You ignore homeless veterans, call heroes traitors who refuse to kill. Maybe